From the ground to the clouds, I'm living this flight. Dad on duty, coffee brewed just right. Jet set mornings, family nights. Come right along, it's a sky high life. Oh, take off with Alex, let's go. Travel tips and behind the row. Wheels up, let the good vibes flow. Take off with Alex, your window seat show. Woo!
Good morning, y'all, and welcome. My name's Alex. Welcome to Take Off with Alex. Thanks so much for being here. It's another video. It is 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday. We're going to work. I am on junior PM reserve, which means that I'm on call for 12 hours starting at 10 a.m. this morning. Got to fly to Baltimore. I had called out sick for a few days. Just wasn't doing great. So we're headed to work now. We are going to hopefully pick up something for time and a half at the end of this trip. But we'll see. I'm currently last on the list, so who knows even whether I'll get used. I'm trying to self-assign, but there's only a 2-hour window we can do that. So haven't found anything yet. Let's go to work. Little did I tell you that we got a really exciting trip. And I self-assigned on the aircraft in the morning commuting, and I think I just completely blanked. So I'm going to tell you now. I overnight in Minneapolis in Cancun. It popped into open time, which is our system. It had a report time within the 2 hours I needed, which was just magical, and snatched it right up. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we're already starting off on an interesting foot. We're delayed an hour or two fixing the stab trim. So we'll see what happens. Well, y'all, 50 minutes after we were supposed to push, we're finally getting ready to board. So not as bad as it could have been. We'll see what happens. I'll be honest, we're kind of hoping they pull us in Denver. So we'll see. You never know. Well, y'all, this stuff really comes and goes in waves. I'm back in Minneapolis tonight, down at our downtown hotel. We were supposed to get in at like 8 something. Our first leg actually delayed in Baltimore. The trim on the plane was not working the way it was supposed to, so they had to fix that. Took them about an hour and a half. So went from Baltimore to Norfolk to Denver to Minneapolis, and we actually changed planes in Denver. We were so close to misconnecting. They actually tried to get a crew to board for us, but they didn't have one. So I was super sad about that. But we made it here. Hotel is very comfortable. I'm a little surprised. I don't necessarily always love this larger brand, and so I'm a little impressed, which is nice. But anyway, my crew and I kind of hung out our first leg because we were just on the ground chilling. We chatted. I ate my leftover Chinese food that I had for dinner last night. We finally got boarded up for Norfolk. Had a customer that had a really bad migraine. Went ahead and gave her a Coke because she asked for something with caffeine, and I wasn't sure we were going to serve. She got off the plane and she was like, thank you. My headache went away. It probably would not have without that caffeine. She was just sitting there during boarding, rubbing her head. She had a younger kid next to her. She's traveling with her mom as well, but she was just, you could just tell she was struggling. So very happy it worked. The rest of the day, people were slow as molasses boarding, but luckily they deplaned pretty quickly. I'm flying C. We're on the older galley, so we're all working in the back. Last leg, we're up front, but then we did a lot of sitting. So it was just a long day. It was supposed to be like 10 and a half hours, ended up being 11 and a half hours. Yesterday, I killed my legs at the gym, so they have been in pain practically the second half of the day. I left my house at 3:30 this morning, got 6 hours of sleep last night. No, I woke up at 3:30, left my house at 5. So I'm just tired. I have some leftovers warming up. And although this trip has longer overnights, there were what I call like the awkward nights. And that's where you get in at like 8 and you leave by noon. So it's hard to really do much because a lot of your overnight is down time that you don't necessarily want to be walking around a city. So I'm going to try to get up tomorrow and go get a coffee before we leave. I'm going to do some research now. I'm going to respond to some comments. I'm going to eat. Yeah. I'm so tired though. See what tomorrow brings. Minneapolis to Denver, Denver to Cancun. Spy House is located in the lobby of a Marriott hotel. It was really nice. It's a specialty collection, so the lobby just felt different, and honestly, it had a really cool vibe. It had a lot of space to do work, a fireplace, and even a pool table. Honestly, I could have sat there for a little while to get work done. Unfortunately, I had to leave and get ready for my day, but I would have been happy to sit around and just chug along and get some work done. I did go ahead and get the Stardust. You could definitely taste the chocolate. It was really good. Not so much the maple, and a tidbit of sesame. It was nice. I'd get it again. I also got the breakfast sandwich. For the cost and the amount of meat that was on it, honestly, I wouldn't really recommend getting it again. Well, y'all, I just scarfed down a yogurt. trying to make sure I eat everything before I get to Cancun. Made another coffee in the room. Delicious. Actually, I'm just assuming it's delicious because it's an espresso pod, but we'll find out. They did really make me a little nervous here, as when it was coming out, it was up over the top. So that was a little concerning, but I'm finishing up my iced coffee and shower's running and warming up. I need to get in it. So yeah, I've got like 20 minutes till I need to start heading downstairs. Got about 35-40 minutes till I need to be downstairs. So here we are. They just downgraded our aircraft to a 700, so they're gonna have to oversell the flight, so that sucks for them, but luckily I don't have to deal with that. So let's go to Cancun. Oh, pumped. Well, it is 21:54, so 9 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock local time. We were a little worried we weren't going to get here because they downgraded our plane to a 700. It was originally full, well, not, it was pretty close to full. We had like 20 open seats. The plane was late getting to us, like 20 minutes late. It took forever to board in Minneapolis. And our connection time in Denver was getting smaller. We really thought they were going to take the Cancun away from us. Luckily, they did not. We had like 47 minutes on the ground, which is pushing it. We're supposed to be at the gate for international 45 minutes before departure. We pushed late. We got into Cancun probably about 15 minutes late. So we're here. We're at an all-inclusive resort. I'm going down to have some Mexican food with my crew at the Mexican restaurant. This one, luckily, I could wear shorts. Some of them, you have to wear pants. I was really advocating for dress down. It's hot, it's humid. I'm going down to meet my crew member now. We've actually flown together, and we just realized we had each other's number. So, texted each other, we're going down, let's go. Y'all, I'm always so grateful when our international hotels are all inclusive, as it keeps costs low for the crew because we cannot bring certain foods into the country. And so that really limits what we can bring and how much we spend at these resorts. I got a shrimp ceviche, which is that first meal you see, and then a chile relleno, which is one of my favorite things to get at a Mexican restaurant. We then closed out the restaurant, so we had to go to the bar to get a nightcap, which we did. And then, as you can see, I took a bath and used some bath salts that I got at Mass Farm Inn, which is a place we go every year to get our Christmas tree. Totally recommend it. Very cute, boutique-y, just so lovely. Yo, I'm cracking up. So, I started the bath, and it doesn't look as clean as I would like. There are a few hairs. I have some sanitizing wipes. Drain the tub, sanitize. They say probably 50 to 60 minutes. Okay. I'm sitting here watching this video and wondering how in the world I missed such a vital piece of information. But clearly I was tired. I ordered room service. I Ordered some nachos and a chocolate cake. It's free. I figure, what the heck? I'm taking a bath. Might as well enjoy it with some food. Dinner was smaller. We didn't get dessert at the restaurant. Just had the appetizer and the chili relleno with that little bit of rice. Said, nachos will be great. I'll enjoy it with my one nightcap. We'll call it good. Let's hear the rest of the story. I literally finally hop in the bath. It's been 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I got at least 15. Get out, dry off. Y'all, I literally sit in the bath, turn on some quiet music. I'm sipping my drink. I've probably been in the bath 2 minutes. And immediately what happens? Knock, knock, knock. So, there's that. We're fine. My Spanish got me a little farther than I expected. I have a degree in Spanish, but y'all, I don't use it. So I'm losing a lot of it. I really need to get into like a group in Charleston and just practice and use it. Because it's so important to, honestly, like with our San Antonio, especially our Texas, San Antonio, I know I could use it all the time. Anytime I fly through San Antonio, I'm like, damn, I really should have this. And I can get by, but it would just be nice. It would be nice to be able to use it, to come to a place and just fully feel comfortable. So we can do it. Let me show you what we got from room service, because that's free, and then we're gonna eat in the bath. Some nachos, which I did not expect creamy cheese, but I totally should have, and a nice chocolate mousse cake, which was good. It fit the bill. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. So we're gonna enjoy. I called right at 11:50, and they were moving to their late night menu. I'm gonna eat these nachos in the bath, and then we'll move on to the cake. So I'm gonna bring them both. Very nice guy delivered them. He asked if I spoke Spanish. I said un poquito, so a little bit. And honestly, we were able to have a conversation, so it was nice. Yeah, that's all. So I'm just, honestly, y'all, like, reserve trips like this, I just love my job. It's not always glamorous. It can be really hard, but like, I'm loving it today. So. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna try this again. I went to breakfast and I was wearing a tank top because it's humid as all get out, and that was not acceptable, which is fine. Understandable, so I went and changed. I honestly just changed my whole outfit. I'm gonna go back and put on different clothes when I come back. My bathing suit. So I'm walking back. See how it goes. just like had that feeling where I was like, probably should leave like 5 minutes earlier than I was planning. I was ready. Went to the elevator and I pushed a button, nothing lit up, and it was like hard to push. I'm like, this is weird. Push it again, no reaction. I'm like, I'm not doing this. So I just walked my bags all down the stairs, which was only 4 flights of stairs, but not fun, especially with this humidity. But on our way, really good overnight. Definitely was not long enough. We had like 16 hours, but I really needed a little more time by the pool. Got like an hour, not even, but it's good. We're here, and now we work 1 to Baltimore, so let's get it done. Y'all, today was an adventure from hell, but we're done. I'll explain more when we get to the hotel. What a day. Y'all, I was supposed to be done in Baltimore at 7. We were actually gonna land about half an hour early, and it was gonna be great. But then the weather moved in. Y'all, take a look at this map. We did so many circles. I have never circled for this long in my career here. We probably circled for about an hour. And then sadly, my wife literally texted me the news first because it must have popped up there before on Flight Radar 24, which is our go-to app. I had asked her to take an updated picture. She's like, you're diverting to Norfolk. No! Well, the captain literally was calling at the same time, and my A was looking and was like, we're going to Norfolk, and I was like, no. So Cancun to Baltimore, end up diverting. They can't let us off the plane, so we sit there with the door closed, and it was long. We sat on the ground for like an hour, 10 minutes. We got into Baltimore 10:15. And we were supposed to land at 7. So almost 3.5 hours late. Nearly 4 hours late from the original time we were gonna actually get in. We had people on the plane like 6-7 hours. We made it work, but y'all, that is not the way I prefer to make my money. And it was just supposed to be easy. I was gonna get here and I was gonna take a walk. Excuse me. And go get food at somewhere nearby that wasn't gonna cost me $30. But I got to the hotel. I ran downstairs after I got to my room. And she was like, they're closing, like, do you know what you want? And I was like, I don't even need the menu. Like, I'd already looked online. Got myself a burger and fries. It came with a pickle, which honestly I should have known because I've gotten a burger here before, but it was good. And I got an old fashioned because I needed something to take the edge off. So I'm exhausted. I picked up a trip for $150 tomorrow. And traded out of it. So I'm working tomorrow. I think I do one to Portland. So I'm gonna get up, have breakfast at the hotel for free, and then we'll go from there. I'm exhausted. Had a good time in Cancun. I laid by the pool a little while, went to breakfast. It was great, but we didn't have enough time for me to soak up the sun enough. Yep. Would I recommend going to Cancun? It was all right. But if somebody else has a different experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Other than that, y'all, we're exhausted. We're going to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow, but that's going to be next week's video. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
From the ground to the clouds, I'm living this flight. Dad on duty, coffee brewed just right. Jet set mornings, family nights, come right along. It's a sky high